Hey, 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 hey! Welcome, Twitch. We are not playing D&D here at 5. We are ready to go with some Monster of the Week. Very excited about that, as well as the crew that we get to play with. We are looking forward to some crazy amounts of fun. And, as we were just talking about, we're going to be taking it easy, letting the story flow, and as you'll see, hopefully be doing some cooperative narrative. And what that essentially just means is that we're telling the story together. And while I might be the keeper of some secrets and some types of things, we are all playing the same game and weaving what we need um, to make it fun and interesting. And so, yeah, I tell you what, one thing you can do is if you are tuning in and you want to figure out how you can participate, come up with some ideas. I think we were just talking about that, and we would love to customize some of this and figure out, hey, what's it look like to do channel points or to do any other type of things in our chat, and would love to see that work. And we are going to begin, I believe. Let's see here. Music you're hearing today is licensed from a copyrighted provider. So, just as a note, I don't know if I need to announce that, but I'm used to saying where the music comes from, so I'm going to continue to do that. And other than that, we're doing some Monster of the Week. So, this story, like many others, starts in Guilford Falls. Now, this place has seen its fair share of craziness. Where we are right now, yeah, um, some interesting things has been the library. Once a massive stone building, this year during the school year was moved to a more central location, once on the outskirts of Guilford, now more center, next to the only brick road you can possibly drive on. It is more of a modern building, and some have wondered why so much budget money went to an elevator. But one thing can be for sure is that it has this fancy new thing that is showing up in libraries all over the country known as computers. And sports one of the first digitized card catalogs available. But that is not why our characters are headed, for they're headed way too early in the morning to be going to the library for research or anything else, but mostly using its large parking lot for something. And what? We will see. But first, to arrive is going to be. Well, the first we're going to get to see is Eleanor waking up and time as their alarm goes off, and we see a. What do we see turning the alarm off, and how do you do it?
So Eleanor turns off her alarm very quickly. She's already been up for like the past 10 minutes because she is a morning person, which is actually very disgusting because I'm not. um Eleanor gets up, gets ready for the day, puts on puts she's already been packed and ready to go. Uh and she puts her hair up into its usual just like headband style, and she keeps it relatively short because sometimes in this heat it gets a little bit bushy. uh She's average height, has kind of like these coffee brown eyes that almost are a little bit golden in a certain light. She kind of bounces down the stairs with her bag over her shoulder. Her mom and dad are already awake because they are also morning people, and they're getting breakfast ready to go for her and her 6 other brothers and sisters.
All right. Now, you have a really large bag packed because of what is happening today. So, what is the most significant thing or comfort item that you have packed?
That would probably be her. So her her dad had passed away. Her dad had passed away and had left a lot of his old quilts and stuff, and she had squirreled one away and kept it, and it's a little bit big of an item to bring, but she's not leaving it behind because it's a comfort item for her. Despite the fact that her mom remarried and everything, and everyone seems to be getting on fine without her dad, she still misses him.
Okay. So, you come on down and Terasuki, you go. Do you have everything? Do you have everything you're going to need? I still don't know about this. Do you have you talked to their parents? Do we know where they come from? These people?
They're all people from town, and everybody from town is normal.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. And you're an adult. So I guess and your stepfather gonna let her figure herself out. Just let her figure it out. Get off her. Have you packed stuff to protect yourself with?
Yes, I have. I've packed all of the necessary things.
Good. Kind of thinks, and he blushes for a second, thinking of what it could have been interpreted as, and then it was like, I mean, do you have a pocket knife or?
Yeah.
And other bigger things than pocket knives?
And
Good.
because I know you'll worry, Mom, I did bring a calendar. I won't lose track of the days.
Good, because I expect you here, and I expect to hear from you. Do you have the roll of quarters?
I do have the roll of quarters.
Here's an extra one, because I expect within 24 hours, young lady. I mean, Miss, dang it, just call your mother, will you? Call your mother by tomorrow, and then, like we talked about, once a week, yeah?
I promise.
All right.
Eleanor grabs like 4 pieces of toast and just runs out the door with them. I love you!
Yup. We love you too, honey! As you take off down the street, going over corners, down, we see someone arriving a little later. We drift up the streets, take a left, and start going up a far hill to an area that kind of overlooks a lot of Guilford, known as the Hills. And here, probably all ready to go, thanks to various people who work at their house, we come upon Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly. They say that you can take Kelly Swanson out of high school, but you can't take high school out of Kelly Swanson. She's been doing the same morning prep every single day for the last 3 years in a row. Always making sure to set an alarm 90 minutes before it's time to leave the house. Always setting out perfectly everything she needs the night before. She wakes up promptly at 6:15, does some morning stretches, does a 10-minute quick workout, heads for the shower, gets ready, makes her bed by 6:50, gets dressed by 6:55, combs her hair at 7, 7:05, time for makeup, 7:13, time for breakfast. Heads down, gets some fruit, some bread, some cereal. Everything seems just fine. By 7:30, she's brushing her teeth, flossing, rinsing, and now she's checking the weather report to make sure that the weather report she checked the night before was clearly the same as it is now, because that can completely destroy the entire get up. By 7:45, she's out the door.
Okay.
On it.
One thing, as you notice, is that the percentage chance of rain has gone from 0 to 45, with humidity rising from 20% to 45%.
Kelly will wear a half up, half down ponytail. That seems the most appropriate for the occasion. And dress in the nicer pastels and neon colors of the decade.
All right. And how will you be arriving? Will you be walking?
Oh, no. No, she'll get her driver to take her.
Okay. Now, before you go out there, is the servant that mostly takes care of your parents' type of thing says, Miss Kelly, there's a brief list. Wanted to make sure that you were ready for your trip. Is there anything they want to make sure? I don't like this list at all, Miss Kelly. Do you feel prepared?
Yes. And she holds up her yellow Walkman. She's got her mixtape ready, at least the next hour. Has her hairspray bottle that she keeps everywhere. In fact, she just smells like hairspray 24/7.
I see, Miss Kelly. Can I... Have you given thought to... These will be the same people for a long period of time. This is not... They may not give you the same deference. You may need to win that by virtue as opposed to reputation.
Believe me, this isn't my first time asserting my dominance over a group. When I walked into first grade and Doomsday Debbie was there, I pushed her down. And from that day forward, I was on top.
But what if you should be side by side, Miss Kelly?
Then I'll take a step forward, and they'll take 2 steps back.
Sounds like you've got it all planned out. Yes, James, let's go. All right. And say now, as the car drives by, you pass a vehicle you don't notice. You are involved. What has you so distracted you're probably not looking out the windows?
I've got my eyes closed. I am singing along with Debbie Gibson right now, so I am in the zone.
Absolutely. Do that. We see someone packing the last bit into a large vehicle as we come upon Luca Ramirez.
So Luca has probably been packing up the RV for a bit. He has started the day by making sure that it has the proper amount of wiper fluid. It is checked radiator fluid, just making sure it's ready to go. And Luca is wearing again some of the bright colors of the time. He's got a long sleeve shirt on at the moment, some jeans, a pair of red Chucks. His hair is shaved on the side and pulled back the top, kind of long on the top and back. Um, and he's just kind of been trying to keep his brain busy.
All right. And what lingers upon Luca's brain when it gets slowed?
So he doesn't want to think that just 2 weeks ago his dad died, and though he has other relatives, his mom died when he was 10 from cancer, and now basically he's kind of like on his own, just because the other family he has, he's estranged from. He doesn't really know them. So he's just trying to sort of take this journey one day at a time and try and figure out what he wants to do now.
You obviously know that you're about to have more people in here, and you're kind of opening up your van to be a shared space for a elongated period of time. But what's one thing special to remind you of your dad that you put, and where'd you put it?
So there are a couple of things that he has with him. One is sort of a leather journal that has something in it that inspired this journey, and he also has his father's Zippo that his dad pretty much had the entire time that Luca has ever seen him. I mean, he doesn't remember a time that he didn't have it, and so those are kind of put away, sort of locked up in one of the. There's a storage bin that locks. They're kind of locked up in there.
Okay. You get in, and you pull out of this house that sounds like it is technically in your name or French left to you, but you just can't bear to be in it right now. And so you take out you leave in what feels more like home. As you pull out the driveway and go down the streets here, you find it interesting that everyone else kind of thought the library was a good open spot to meet, and you agreed, though you know that your dad would have never really approved, always tried to keep you away from the local library as much as possible. Would have encouraged you to find another place to meet. Whether that is evidence of you on your own, or maybe just because memories of him getting stern with you are pleasant still. But you make your way. You pull up upon the driveway, and around the same time, the three of you arrive. Now, it seems like arrived at the same time. However, there is somebody who we actually look here as we see all of you through blurry green that comes into focus as heavy bushes. And we go over and we see a new figure watching the three of you arrive, hidden.
100%. Lexi is scoping it out before she decides if this is really what she wants to be doing. Lexi is your typical skater girl. Oh, here's my little. Hold up. Hard to show everyone's mini. She's got the partial shaved head, the skateboard. A little ragged. She's probably slept in the bushes. Good cover. She is not a morning person. She is not happy about the time of this meetup. But she's weighing her options and also trying to figure out how she gets out of the bushes without it being obvious that she was in the bushes.
What does she do?
I think she waits until the big fancy car leaves, and then like makes a wide circle and comes back in, making sure to stay away from the police station side. She like does a circle of like the residential area.
Very good. I like it. So, all right. In that case, you all begin to. So you see Lexi coming out, kind of over a hill. Kelly, your car has just left, and you look around and you see these people. And Luca, you see get out, and I think there's this moment where even though all of you are recent graduates, you just kind of stop. You had all used. Let me actually move this. Pseudonyms as one would on this type of billboard on the internet. That's what they called it. The internet that you internet billboard. So as you do your introductions to each other, say where you've seen each other around town before, your billboard handle as well, as you do this. So you all arrive, see each other. Go ahead.
I think 100% I may have taught Kelly how to pickpocket. It's that like bored rich girl thing where she's like, "You look like you're shady. Teach me something." I think my handle would be like, I think I'm fresh and like nobody else would be Skater Girl.
Is it AT or the 8?
Oh, 100% the 8.
So
You gotta do the
SK8ER. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
For Eleanor, she would probably know Kelly through the fact that she once briefly dated a boy that ended up dating Kelly because obviously they broke up. And there was no love lost because it wasn't a great relationship. And but her handle would probably be Blue Moon 1616.
So I think that Luca may have hung out with Lexi a little bit when he was trying to learn how to skateboard. He just never really got the handle on it. And I think that his handle would be I'm gonna go with Seeking Insight. I think that just being in high school in general, I probably know of Kelly, but probably avoided typically because not really the popular kids was not really my hangout group. And probably passed halls with Eleanor, but again, not really the same social circle. And definitely surprised to find out these are the faces to the handles.
So yeah, I would definitely know Eleanor because I remember taking a bet that I couldn't steal anybody's boyfriend, and I spread some rumors about her, so her boyfriend would break up with her and go out with me for like a week. It was pretty awesome. My handle would be Kelly Carrington, after the characters on Dynasty.
right. So, Luca, you open. Tell me, how do you meet them? And you're the one with the car.
Good morning. The RV's unlocked if you want to bring your stuff in.
You're not going to take our stuff?
I'm sorry, Kelly. This is going to be a kind of fend for yourself trip where you have to carry your own stuff.
Cool. I can do that. She like struggles with her single backpack.
Okay. Then one by one, you begin loading your
Molly,
stuff.
you're muted.
I know. I was
Okay.
gonna be like, "Oh, don't worry, Kelly. I could get that for you." And just like slings it over my shoulder and goes on in. Be like, "Hi, Luca," and then digs in her bag and kind of like pulls out just like a box of Band-Aids and be like, "My mom packed these for us. I don't know if we'll need them, but here you go."
Thank you. We might. It's always good to have Band-Aids.
All right.
I'll just put them up with the first aid kit.
All right. As we open the RV, everyone describe. You can pick one of these. What is the most jarring thing about the RV that you see? Or what is the thing about the RV that makes you go, "Oh, yes, I made a good decision here"? But use your
think for-
imagination. You are creating the RV. That's just Paula's representation.
I think for Eleanor is that her eyes would her eyes would immediately zero in on like this darker stain that's like in the carpeting, and like it looks like, yes, it's been cleaned out as much as possible, but like she knows what that stain used to be, and it used to be blood. Maybe no one else has noticed, but she knows.
Do you put something there, or do you just go?
No, she just eyes it
Okay.
and is just takes like, that's a very large stain. Like in her head, she doesn't actually say it.
I gotcha. And is that under the jarring category?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an alarming size stain. It could be coffee, could have been, definitely is not.
Okay.
I think the thing about the RV is that it is, it's very sparsely decorated, but still well maintained.
Minus a giant old pool of blood, apparently.
So it should be
I think
probably yours.
Lexi would just be like, okay, so if I need to exit, those are my exits, and okay, we've got ceiling hatches. Okay, I can work with that. Getting the lay of the land just in case.
So it's the ceiling
Like,
hatch where you're like, yes, that is where it's
Yes,
at.
that I can work with.
I gotcha. And Kelly.
Okay, so Kelly, walks into the RV, and at first seems okay. I mean, there's a sink, there's a table, there's a couch, a bed, and the bathroom's a little small, but it's manageable. And then she realizes everybody else is staying here too. And that's a bit jarring because where are they going to be? Because this is hardly enough room for me. 3 other people? Really?
All right. Very good. As you move your packs or bodies, I'm not sure exactly how this would work for you, but there's something either on you or in your luggage that as you move through the RV, something in the RV kind of jiggles or moves. This is the thing that got you interested in this group in the first place. This thing that you found that matched a detail about the RV. What is your object? Why do you have it? Or as much as you'd like to share at this point about why do you have it, and where is it on you?
I think as Luca is moving some stuff around, from around his neck on a cord, a key with a stylized number 3 falls out like underneath his shirt.
For Eleanor, she has this like really torn piece of a map that has like a lot of weird symbols like along the border because it's like a corner piece, but like a large corner piece, and it's been folded up very neatly, and it just kind of like falls right out of her bag, like, but she remembered putting it in like securely, like it wouldn't be something that would just fall right out, but it just falls right out.
I'm sorry, what was it again? I got the description, I get the item.
It's like a corner map piece.
Okay, perfect.
And it has weird symbols along the corner. It's a border edge, I mean. Ugh.
Kelly has it's like a bright purple butterfly hair clip that has these symbols on it. And it looks like it was possibly repurposed from some other type of metal or element. And it matches something similar to here. And so those symbols, no matter how hard you try, they can't be removed.
Lexi has a key. It's very plain looking skeleton key, except that it looks like it's actually made of skeleton. And it's just kind of, I think, like you said, there was something locked in there in one of the sections of the RV. I think when she puts something near it, it just kind of like vibrates a little bit in her fanny pack.
So, Luca, you notice as they move around that just pieces of the RV, and all of you really notice this, but it, I think, jars you the most. The jarring piece of this to you is you see Kelly doing her normal, like looking around, hair kind of going everywhere, and where this clip goes, you see there are on the roof of this RV, there's always been you've assumed has been some type of map of the sky. You're not sure of where, because you do know where you look at the sky makes different constellations and such. It definitely has never been where you've ever been with your dad. But you see that the pieces that you thought were painted actually look like little marbles, and they begin to move around as she moves around. And you take that in as you see that as this corner piece of a map kind of falls out, you look down and look back up, and what you thought was random isn't there. The marbles are not following her. They're moving on into a configuration as she's moving her head, as though she's providing energy or impetus to it. And they're beginning to resemble a symbol. As you see this fanny pack unzipping, and a key unlike yours. You recognize immediately that it's bone. It's been carved. Must be off of something big. And it is reacting to her being close to the walls of the RV, or setting down, and it kind of falls out. And you see it have a slight vibration, and the others might think it was the wind, but you know your RV very well. And the floor gives a slight, quick ding vibration as it falls.
So Luca will take the key that's around his neck and head to that locked compartment he was talking about. And he'll open it up. And he'll withdraw another piece of a map.
Okay.
And he'll sort of see if anything else happens.
As you take out your piece, the marbles in the ceiling seem to go faster. And the RV has a carpet, the same carpet that right now has a stain on it. And it's interesting. It's only at this moment that you look at this carpet and it occurs to you that it's worn, it's used, but it's always been worn and used. And not only that, you think, I don't think I've ever seen it in any condition except, precisely the way it is. The same marks. It's not gotten worse all the time I've spent in here. And it's never really occurred to you, you grew up in it. And a section of it, roughly 4x8, give or take a little bit here, in the center, kind of shifts.
Right.
And so everyone, feel free to use moves to do whatever you'd like to do.
I will make my move, which is that, oops, I stumble across something important. It doesn't have to be directly related to this, but it's something important and useful.
Yeah, absolutely. Got it. You print everything down, and there's this moment where, so it's sort of interesting. Everyone else has sort of noticed you, sort of noticed their issue, but you've been oblivious to this whole thing going on. You're actually more of the catalyst, and so what you don't notice at first is that a piece of this carpet has made itself at a precise 90-degree angle, perpendicular to the plane that it was on. And you literally stumble across it as you fall, and you are able to right yourself enough, I think, to fall on your side. You've taken a fall. Mean Girls push. And enough. And you look. And it looks like it's revealed. It's almost like the type of clasp that is on music cases. It looks like it's a little metal latch that can be put up and then probably twisted.
Okay. I'm going to take that latch and just start twisting it.
You flip it up. And as you do, directly at a 45-degree angle, roughly from it, for you, kind of where the center had shifted, another corner pops up, but you are unable to twist it. It resists. It's almost like it's tough. It is locked in place, but another corner has flipped up.
Luca, can you open this?
Go ahead and give it a try.
You turn, does not move.
Yeah.
In the other corner that flipped up, is there another twisty?
There's another one that can be flipped up and twisted, it looks like.
Lexi's seen some shit. This is nothing. She's just gonna go and turn it.
You flip it up, and it does not turn, but another corner flips up to reveal another twist.
Oh.
Hey, Luca, is your van like a transformer?
No, not normally.
Okay, that's good to know.
And then Luca will look over at Eleanor and look at the new spot that popped up.
Can I twist it?
You flip it up, it does not twist, and a fourth corner pops up.
And as soon as she flipped it, he automatically looked to the next corner.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Maybe you have to do it at the same time.
He'll bend down, flip up his.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I'll turn.
It's you turn and there's a little bit of pressure, and there is a pressure release as it then rises up about 2 inches just from being almost locked down by something. It feels like it could be lifted up.
Try lifting it.
All right, it's a bit awkward, but if you all work together, you can put it. And
I mean, if the three of us do it and Kelly supervises.
You lift it out, and you can kind of set it to the side here against everything. And in the center now is, you'd almost describe it as nothing. It's an indentation, roughly 4 inches deep. And it, depending on what angle you look at it, it seems that it has slight markings, but in different places. As you look at it from the left, you kind of see, oh, like maybe a sort of a triangle object would fit there. And as you shift, oh wait, or is that a square that would fit half in, half out of it? It's disconcerting because it's not even at like the angles that you'd think of by those flashy holographic cards that some dorks collected, but it's at precise almost every 1 degree. It seems to have this, and it doesn't overlap. You can't get it half in, half out of something. It like shifts fully every time as you move around, and as you move around, I think naturally looking, Luca, tell me what draws your focus as you see a place to put your key.
I think it sort of is like an outline of the keys in the same stylized design as the 3 on the key.
Mm.
But there's also almost looks like a stylized R, similar to what he knows about his family's crest.
Okay.
And take the key from around his neck and try putting it in place.
Okay. You place it. And you begin just to slightly move it. And you see it begins to resist just a little bit. And at this point, the three of you see only yours and no one else's. But you see something that makes you think you can put your piece somewhere on here. What do you see and how do you place it?
I see like these like little fastener things that I can like stick the butterfly on so it clips its wings and kind of holds it.
Okay. Yeah, as you just slightly turning, you see those kind of pop up just slightly, and you put it in. Yeah.
I think for like the map piece, what I thought was a map wasn't really a map. It was like the like the lining of what we're looking at. It just like fits in just nice and neatly. And it wasn't really a map, but it looked like one.
Okay. Or maybe it's just not a map right now.
Ah.
As you place it in to match. Now, Lexi, you may not have a keyhole. That is reserved for Luca. What do you see?
That's fine because I have multiple keys. And I think she like pulls out like a key ring, like the janitor key ring. And she's like, there's like two glowing ones, and she kind of realizes which one's the right one. And like, it's the way the bone is formed, it looks like one of those operation holes from like the old game.
Yeah.
And so she's like, okay, and puts it in.
Okay. In that case, give me, let's say, cool to not touch the sides as you place it in.
Come on. Look, I got baby dice. Look how tiny they are.
Ah.
All right, cool. That's a 10.
Very good. So, without touching the sides, places in. And
I would have
then
made the annoying sound if I had.
you'll never know. And the key turns. And about 6-inch by it's gonna be 4-inch section retracts. One thing you notice, Luca, you think that your map that you have would have fit perfectly in here. There, and that's the first thing I think Luca notices. Everyone else, the first thing you see is a micro cassette recorder and player that is placed in.
I reach for it.
You take it out. As you take it out, you see underneath it is a microcassette tape that simply says number 1.
If it's not Cassie in the cassettes, I'm going to be mad.
Number 1 hits from somewhere.
And the letter A.
Okay. Amy Grant, maybe?
Next to
Oh,
that
God, just throw it in the trash then.
Yeah.
is a small craft bag, like 2 by 4 inches, of ball bearings. Eleanor, one look at these, and you know they're silver.
I will 100% pick those up because those are useful.
And there is a small bottle of some type of clear liquid.
It's huge.
Could I investigate this clear liquid?
Roll sharp.
Okay. Aw. That's a 6.
A 6. Just doesn't work.
No, but
You're not sure what it is.
But I do get experience. I'll probably just like hold it up and shake it a little and be like, Luca, what do you think this is? Oh, you're muted.
I don't know. I don't know anything about really any of this. I thought this was a pretty normal RV. Now, you said something about it looks like my map might have fit somewhere in here.
Look, if you folded it up, it might have fit into this
Okay.
section that just got uncovered
Huh. Okay.
to the small compartment. Even though it's not full. What'd you like to do? It's all yours, guys.
Where did you get this RV?
It belonged to my dad.
Where did he get it?
I don't know. They had it for a long time.
Well, can we ask him?
My dad died 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
So, but there might be answers on the micro cassette. that you
Right.
will-
Does it have headphones with it, or anything that
It
like
does-
a...
It doesn't. It just has a regular speaker.
Okay. So I just kind of put the tape in. Is it rewound already?
It is.
Ask that.
Okay.
It is.
So I go ahead and hit play, and I put it on the counter, turning up the volume.
Congratulations, inheritors. You have not only found your piece to a puzzle, but you have found one another. No matter how this came about, together you have been selected for a tryout of sorts, one that will take you across the roads and byways of this country. I fear I should offer my condolences if you take this offer of adventure and possible admittance. Knowing some things stresses the mind. No matter. Should you wish to proceed, please unfold the enclosed map, dip the provided silver bearing into the included oil, and set it carefully upon the aforementioned map. Then get driving. Safe travels, to a point anyway.
I'll rewind it and listen to it again.
Congratulations, inheritors. You have not only found your piece to a puzzle, but you have found one another. No matter how this came about, together you have been selected for a tryout of sorts, one that will take you across the roads and byways of this country. I fear I should offer my condolences if you take this offer of adventure and possible admittance, knowing some things stresses the mind. No matter. Should you wish to proceed, please unfold the enclosed map, dip the provided silver bearing into the included oil, and set it carefully upon the aforementioned map. Then, get driving. Safe travels, to a point, anyway.
Okay. So we have a map and we have the bearings.
She's got the
So
oil.
is this like, so was your like dad into like mysteries and stuff?
In a sense, my family sort of has a history of filling in mysteries.
So you think there's like a prize if we win?
It sounds like there might be an invitation to a secret society, even.
Like a country club?
No, Kelly, like a cult.
Oh.
Which I mean, if you're into, I guess that's kind of country clubbish.
Yeah, it's just another kind of exclusive party.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm cool. I can do that.
Lexi's like reholstering weapons because she wasn't sure what was about to happen.
So we dip this bearing into the map and
Into the oil and then put it on the map.
right.
Yeah,
So we need oil.
she's got the oil.
Oh.
I'm assuming that's the bottle, and it's not hooch.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Let's do it.
So Luca will unfold the map and set it on the table.
Okay.
Do you want to put the ball bearing in? Like handing it to Eleanor because I'm completely oblivious.
And Eleanor will gingerly take it because it's not going to do much damage as long as it hasn't entered her body. So
Okay.
she takes it, dips in the oil, like, places it on the map, and hopefully it doesn't, like, I don't know, cause sparks or magic crazy things to happen.
100%. I'm just like holding my baseball bat just in case.
Okay. You put it in. As it comes out, it's normally when you dip things in any liquid and even oil, there's always a thin film that will come out. This is probably about 10 times as thick as you'd expect it, almost like it's absconded with more oil, stealing it from the bottle. There's still some left, but a good portion is now just making a as large as the marble, essentially, with this other layer of oil that's noticeable.
What kind of fragrance does it give off?
It is floral, but it's a little hard to place precisely. It's not rose. It's not lilac. Certainly not magnolia. But you're not sure. As these are things I'm assuming has been corsages given to Kelly.
So now what?
So we start driving now? I was kind of expecting something
Wait,
to happen.
what-
No, the rest of you guys got to do it. I'm not the only one doing
Oh.
this.
So right now it's not placed on the map, is my understanding. It's only been taken
Oh,
out.
you You want me to put it on the map since I made you put it in the weird oil?
Oh no, I did put it. I put it. I put it in, took it out, and then put it on the map.
Sorry, my bad.
Sorry. Hopefully, it didn't like spark.
Little green dragon pops up. No, sorry.
Sorry about that. Had to turn the other one up. You place it on, and it begins to roll. But first it does sit still. And then for a good 3 seconds before it just starts to... And it begins making kind of a circular pattern. And the circles get a little smaller before it kind of stops again and rows to another portion of the map. Begins again.
Guys,
Stops
we made our own
again.
Ouija board.
Then moves to another section. And this one, it just keeps circling, but not in perfectly concentric. It kind of keeps moving as though searching, making a guess, and as if it is wrong, then readjusts and finally stops. And as it stops, the oil around it comes off. And you see that it has marked the map in a red tint right underneath of the ball bearing. The ball bearing instantly corrodes and then kind of cracks.
Damn, I had thoughts for that.
The map. Does it show a destination?
You look at the map, and there's a destination, there's a mark. It's south from Odestown, which is roughly an hour and a half away from here. To the this would be to the east, almost as east as you can go in Ohio and still be. And I'll say all of you would have heard of this place, but there's no label. But Luca, you know exactly where this is marked. You've never been there, but you know where it is. And this is Vila Town.
The bearing, when it would hit the map, was it making a path, or was it just leading us toward a straight line?
It wasn't making a path. It wasn't going in a straight line. It looked as though it was thinking of marking somewhere, then was changing its mind. As it just kind of traveled, deciding what it wanted to do.
And who put the ball bearing on the map?
Eleanor did.
Eleanor.
I'm going to take the ball bearing.
Crap.
As you take it, it's two halves now, and it's like corroding and crumbling.
Oh, ew! Gotta wash my hands.
Sink's right there.
Are we supposed to follow this? Luca, I don't know what this is.
I mean, yes.
It said and drive, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna jump in the driver's seat and like put my hands back for the keys.
We literally just spilled like soda on a map, and you're going to go where it told you to go.
Dude, the van just opened up like a transformer. You're not the least bit curious?
Are you high?
Maybe.
Okay, am I the only person here
No.
who's This is crazy. Like you're just going to go where this Okay.
Why not?
Yeah. Okay.
It's why we all got together, right? To go somewhere.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking like vacation, maybe the beach or something, but
Then why didn't you just ask your parents to send you to the beach?
because it's a long story.
Oh, well,
Well, it's an hour drive. You can start talking.
I guess I can. So Kelly tells a story that lasts an hour but doesn't get to the point.
Perfect. Okay. So, Luca, what station's the radio on?
it would be on station playing popular songs of the time.
Perfect.
The
All
kid
right.
bop, you know.
All right.
He gave
Hey,
up
wait,
winning the
who's
tickets to
reading the
that
map
concert.
for me?
What?
Who's reading the map while I'm driving? We don't have no GPS.
What?
Probably Eleanor. Eleanor will be like, okay,
awesome.
take this right, and it's just smooth sailing this way for the next probably 20 miles.
Like doing the little measures with your fingers. 20
Yeah.
miles.
No, that's 10. That's 10.
And Kelly keeps interrupting with a Tiger Beat quiz.
And you approach a covered bridge as you get to the outskirts of Elatown. It is long, reasonably maintained, and you're gonna get here by the time you met about 10 a.m. at 10 a.m. and there's as the slick harmonizing of Bap is on the radio. The radio kind of and you see the dial just kind of move on its own. You see the little white piece that marks where the station is just kind of
Eleanor?
And-
I might have been lying. Did you see the dial move too?
Yeah, and it's
Okay,
moving on its
good,
own.
Okay. Good. Just making sure.
and this is what's playing.
Oh God, switch it back.
Touch it.
I'm gonna try to switch it back, see what happens.
It turns off.
That's totally not creepy.
No, I'm not. Nope.
Luke, your radio is broken.
It
I was gonna
working
go with
fine
possessed,
before.
but turn it on again.
Well, can you check the engine?
I assume we're still driving, right?
Yeah, we're still driving.
Yeah.
You're still
The engine is still
driving.
working then.
You slow down to cross the bridge, as it seems more made for horse and cart long ago than car, and There's only enough room really for one sized vehicle, which means that the RV barely fits in as you make it so it's not going to hit anything.
So in the game, I actually have depth perception, unlike real life, where I would stretch the whole side up.
Thankfully, the mirrors are above where the narrowest parts are, and you start coasting through, and there's almost a mist that forms. It's as though on the window, as though the humidity doesn't quite match up between the inside and the outside, but there shouldn't be a reason for this. You've had the windows down, and it just starts to fog
Rolling the
up
windows up.
and becomes so you can't really see in front of you.
Slow down.
Yeah, I'm slowing down, rolling up the window, turning on the brights.
Brights go on. You see the light, but no detail.
We're breathing noise pollution.
You hear what sounds like maybe a tap on the top of the RV.
Nope.
And then it kind of switches locations as though it moved. You start to get as the taps aren't in the same location. It's as if something is traveling. And gets to the part where the windshield and the roof would meet. Kelly, is there something that someone breathed that want to make sure?
Oh no.
Okay. And right where it would get to where you think the windshield would meet the roof, you don't hear anything, but you see part of the windshield begin to clear. First it's round, it gets a little longer and curves in, curves out again, and then goes into 5 different pathways. It's only a few inches. Then you see another one. It's what looks like baby, infant, or young child footprints start to and then a separate path begins to come down, and a third, a fourth, and you're not sure how many different paths of prints at once are coming down the windshield. You don't see anything.
Do you have cats?
Yeah.
Those are a little too big to be cats.
Do you have ghost babies?
No.
Just checking. I think at
going
this point
to-
I'm like white knuckle driving.
I'm gonna knock on the windshield.
I'm the crazy one to be like, let's go.
Ding, ding, ding. At once, Kelly, you feel hot breath on the back of your neck and a guttural feminine voice. Are you after my children?
Eleanor.
And Eleanor's in front of you, turns around like, what?
You see this form of a hunched over woman, warded face, dripping water, rotted teeth, behind Kelly, whispering in her ear.
Do I see this or they see this?
Well, you haven't turned around?
Oh, okay.
Eleanor's
Oh,
just
I know,
going to
only
scream
Eleanor.
and immediately go into kicking some ass and just go to punch her fist through the ghost lady's face.
Roll to kick some ass!
I dodge. I think she's trying to hit me.
I think the minute she screams, I like slam on the brakes because I think I'm about to hit something.
Just like, ah! Punch! That's a 7. So, it hits on a 7.
Hit.
Yeah. That's what we get for this. Out of 7, that is going to hit. What harm is your fist?
Because well, I don't really, because I'm untransformed, so I don't get my transformed fist attack. So
We'll call it 1 harm,
we'll just
maybe.
call 1. We'll just call 1 harm.
All right. Whoom. You go, and it's you feel it beginning to give way as though you were punching through a balloon, kind of, and it snaps, and black blood starts to up your arm, and you kind of see Kelly. You see that this kind of burst of black blood kind of comes around you, comes over Eleanor's fists and body, and recorporates behind her. You do feel like you connected. And it goes, "You want to steal them!" And you feel this bite at your ear. And you feel the lower half of your earlobe come undone, off. And Kelly, you watch this thing swallow. You can take 2 harm.
So it's behind Eleanor, and she was in the passenger seat, so it's right next to me.
Well, no, so she moved to punch it. So it is essentially between the passenger and the driver's seat right now.
Cool. I'm gonna stab it.
Okay, roll to kick some ass.
Ooh, that is a 7. 7 hits?
7 will hit.
Ooh, barely. Thank God for 2. Okay, so it's a big knife, so it's 1 harm. It's a Bowie knife.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go straight into the side. I still got one hand on the wheel, and I'm like, ah!
Okay. You go to hit, and kind of as she seems to have just got into this space, it does pierce. You feel it go in between 2 ribs, and it's as though her neck doesn't turn, but her head rotates on her neck.
Oh no!
Nobody
wants your children, freaky lady. Get out of the
And-
van.
She spits, and 3 teeth fly out, and hit right into your leg,
I'm breathing, Luke.
and you feel your impulse go and hit the gas pedal all the way down.
Oh no!
And you're going to
Okay.
take 2 harm, and the whole bridge rattles.
Oh no!
I'd like to use the magic.
Okay.
I would like to banish the spirit.
All right.
So I want to imagine that Luca like reaches into the kitchen cabinet and grabs some salt. He starts chanting and he throws the salt at this ghost lady.
Absolutely.
That is 11.
11. That's very good. Okay, so you get to choose an extra. Oh, sorry, this is magic. My bad. I was looking at some kicks in the ass. 11. Here we go. Yeah. So you're going to banish it. So you throw the salt, and I think Kelly, this looks this looks weird to everyone. Really, the salt moves, and it takes the shape of a hand and grabs this woman. And it's like this large hand that fits around her whole body, made up of this salt, and just pulls her almost towards the door. As she would hit the door, it just vanishes. And the fog clears.
I'm gonna ease up on the gas.
Yeah, you see you're about to hit the corner of this bridge. Roll drive.
I have a +1.
So this is act under pressure, and you add an additional 1.
Oh, okay.
So this is plus cool.
Plus cool?
So plus cool plus 1.
12.
Okay. All right. So on 12,
Tokyo Drift in RV.
you can. Do you want to do what you wanted and something extra, or what you wanted to absolute perfection? So this is avoiding hitting the bridge side.
I wanna. Let's do something extra. Your discretion.
Okay.
Let's see what this RV can do.
So you go. You make the turn here, and you just nip the corner of this enough to do a little bit of scratch of paint. And there is sign that there's been an impact on the side here. But you don't fall, you don't cause the bridge to collapse. But you do pull onto the road. And I'm going to say that something extra here is because you come out with such force. There is, on the other end of this, a police car kind of waiting to ticket people. Maybe it's a fun thing to go across this bridge, but you see it before they see that you even came out of the bridge, and you're able to.
I'm gonna start driving like a church lady.
And you don't get stopped. The officer does seem to take a little notice, just nods. Doesn't move the car as you begin to head into Vila Town proper.
Oh my
Unless
God.
you want to do something else.
I'm on the reefer, aren't I?
It's just a contact high, Kelly. It's just a contact high.
That's what that was that came in through the window. It was.
Luca?
It was
What
the
was
hash.
that?
The
That
hash.
was a spirit. That was a ghost. When I signed up for this kind of stuff, I wasn't thinking about ghosts and spirits and what.
Mary Jane's hash browns. That's what it was. I need to go. I just disappear. Go to the bathroom to wash out my mouth, thinking that'll help.
What? Okay. the
Do you-
three of us
Do
acknowledge-
you continue, or do you pull off like just to stop?
I think I'm so like white knuckled. I just kept driving until
Okay.
someone tells me what to do. I'm like glancing at the cop car, thinking, "Oh, that was a ghost." Dude threw salt at it. I'm just gonna keep driving. Am I high? I didn't drink that much. Did I drink that much? No, they saw it too. And probably that entire monologue was out loud because she's panicked.
Yeah, we all saw that too.
Okay.
Maybe we should
okay,
stop for a second.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna look for the nearest exit. or like the safety on the side of the road for the big trucks,
Okay.
and then I'll pull over.
This has become a more of a bumpier gravel road. But it's widened and there's areas. It's really made usually for like one vehicle or two to pass. A lot of times one will get away for bigger, and so there's pushed down grass that's very hard ground that you're able to kind of move off. It's all of it's about anywhere from 18 to 24 inches tall around, and you stop.
Okay. Okay, Luca. What have we gotten ourselves into here? There's ghosts, and you can do magic and banish them, and are we gonna die?
I don't know, but it sort of is like the micro recorder said. Maybe it wouldn't be a safe trip. We're not far
Very
from
true.
town if you want to turn around.
No.
Good. I'm interested to see what this is about. Lexi?
I think Lexi is calculating in her head. You see wheels turning, and she's just trying to figure out if she brought enough like weapons. No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. Thought I was done with this. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Sure. I need a drink.
Eleanor went into the bathroom, or not Eleanor, Kelly went into the bathroom, right? I guess Eleanor's just gonna be like, I need something to do. I need to focus. Kelly, are you okay? Do you need a Band-Aid?
No, we're all out of Listerine.
No
Brand new.
Band-Aid.
Yeah. So she leaves the bathroom and says, I'm a little hungry, and maybe we could find like a restaurant or a diner or something. I hear people do that after they, do drugs. So I'm new. to
Fair
all this.
warning, Kelly. Don't eat my snacks.
Kelly looks terrified.
So taking stock. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, we maybe should, I guess, find some place to eat.
Yeah.
Or to regroup.
Taking stock, you see the top roots of two teeth protruding out of Lexi's leg. Lexi, as you press one, you realize that it goes and is in the seat below.
Okay, someone else needs to pull these out.
And you also see that the bottom lobe of Eleanor's left ear is gone and bleeding.
And I think we
my
need
God.
Band-Aids.
Wait, mine or Kelly's?
Yours got bit off.
Yes, it was Eleanor's that got bit off.
Okay.
Someone wanna
You
pull
both need a
these out?
doctor.
No, just pull them out. It'll be fine. I got alcohol. I'll sanitize it.
Okay, I have hairspray. Would that sanitize it?
No, there's whiskey in my bag.
Okay.
So there's this fun thing
Ignore
of
the shotgun.
Eleanor's walking around asking if anyone needs a Band-Aid as it's.
Oh, okay.
Eleanor, get a band-aid.
Yeah.
Luca, pull these out of my leg. Please.
Luca will try pulling the teeth out.
Kelly, get me the liquor from my bag. Please
Okay,
don't touch
I'm
the
gonna
shotgun.
search for the liquor.
There's a couple bottles. Pick one.
Yeah, so you find a few bottles of liquor next to a rather
Sawed-off
well maintained sawed-off shotgun.
Okay, so I
And a
pick
crowbar.
up one. Yeah, I think that's right. Let's take it to the Lexi.
So
Here you go.
we'll say Kelly knows enough to bring the vodka.
There
Oh yeah,
we
I
go.
brought some vodka too.
Okay. Think I'm just gonna like take a piece of my shirt and like just drench it and just be like, all right, just pull when you're ready.
I pull.
Okay.
Words like
Yeah,
there
it
are some very
hurt.
colorful words. As I'm like pushing a wet t-shirt into
So I feel like one of you gets to act under pressure here. So
Oh, I-
either Luca or Lexi, whoever wants to, I'll let you decide. But someone needs to
100%
roll some
the
cool.
person pulling it out, I think.
Okay.
That
So
takes
Luca.
a lot more skill.
Would I be able to help?
Certainly. So we'll have you. Let's see here. I think Luca roll your cool, and then Kelly. Well, yeah, both of you roll your cool. Just roll cool.
I'm gonna have my knife in my mouth.
I get an 8.
I would say I have a +1 forward because I've used magic successfully,
Okay.
which brings my total to 9.
To 9, and that gives brings it to 10 because of Kelly's help. So, do what you set out to do. So you pull these large teeth out without causing any more damage. Perfectly straight, just like you've done with other teeth and claw and things. Very practiced hand. And you breathe. You don't know what this is, but it's similar enough to things that you face, which brings an odd comfort as you succeed.
Meanwhile, I'm taking my belt off and making a tourniquet.
And you look at the teeth, as does Kelly, and there's an odd symbol on each tooth. If you see, there's an eye carved in, a symbol of one, closed, and it opens and stares at you.
If I move it, does it follow me?
If you move it, yeah, it goes.
Oh.
And then after a moment, it closes and vanishes.
Okay. That was weird. Did anybody else see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Luca will make his way to the good first aid kit
You got it.
and
Describe
bring it over
for
to
us.
Lexi.
As you open it up, describe the good first aid kit, please.
There is all kinds of medical tape, gauze, medical scissors, sutures, just more than your basic first aid kit.
I think we need
And
some of
there's,
those sutures.
There's even are you allergic to any antibiotics? There's a bottle of antibiotics in there. I'll give her one.
Kind of took care of that with the vodka, I think.
Maybe the wound itself, but potentially
Valid. Someone stuck tooth in me. Yeah, mouths are disgusting.
Yeah, she takes
Does it look like it
antibiotics.
hit any veins or arteries or anything?
No, it looks like she got lucky.
Okay.
Can I have those teeth? Do you think they'd make a good weapon? Can I shiv the next person that tries to throw teeth in me?
I mean, I think you earned them.
I mean, I'm okay if you have them. I don't know. I'm concerned about them still being connected to whatever that was.
All right, valid. But if she shows up, can I shiv her with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I want the teeth.
I'm going to hand her the tooth I have.
Shiv this lady.
What he has.
Out of curiosity, what happens if I turn on my Walkman to a station?
There's not a lot of stations out here, but you're able to find a few.
Okay.
But it is kind of nothing abnormal, especially with being out this far from any major city. Remember, sometimes when you'd go to way out in some of kind of what your parents call the old money areas, your Walkman would do similar things.
Okay, so I'm going to take one of my mixtapes and say, Eleanor, I'm not a doctor, but I think this will help your ears. And so I'm going to turn on like Madonna, Vogue, have that playing.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. But Eleanor's like kind of like over the sink, and she knows that because it's a head wound, a lot of head wounds just bleed a lot. So she's just like trying to get the blood to stop, just being like, okay, you lost your earlobe, you've lost fingertips before, you can do this, you can survive. And she's like trying to give herself a pep talk.
Out loud?
Yeah.
None of us have an internal monologue.
Fingertips, huh?
Yeah.
How?
Well, I got a lot of little siblings, and you know, sometimes they just like taking a bite out of you.
What are their teeth made of? Titanium?
No.
You don't bite them back though, right?
Not always.
Where are you sleeping again?
Anywhere that's flat.
Okay.
Uh,
Maybe there's a hotel around here we could stop at. I have a credit card.
The emergency credit card.
It's
So
American
Luca will
Express.
probably help Lexi finish getting bandaged up and probably swap places and start heading into town.
That's good because I think halfway through I just chugged a vodka, so.
Yeah. So outside right now, all that has all the mist gone, and we have like a clear view of everything now, or is it?
The mist vanished the instant
Okay,
that
that's what
the
I thought.
woman left.
And the time of day?
It is about after you took yourself. It's around 11 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, it's like right around lunch.
It's fine. Morning drinking's fine.
Still, maybe there's a diner. Let me check the map. Do we have a map? We should stop at a gas station, get a map.
it should be in the passenger seat.
Okay, I'm gonna go check the map.
I feel like
look. So,
the
so,
two
so when you look
tables-
at when you look at this
I
map,
feel like-
it is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I was like, those two are now like we've switched places, and it's just me and Molly, me and Eleanor, just sitting across from each other, like.
He's like holding some glass.
Yeah. Map. One thing that is interesting is it is torn. There's only a piece of here, so it was only rolling when the ball were rolling over this piece of this map. But Luca has, because this is just merely a piece.
Okay.
But it's not an
I
in-depth
assume
map of
there's
this
actual-
area. It looks. Sorry, yeah,
I assume there's actual like road atlases in the car,
yeah,
probably from when.
sure. It doesn't take much here to match it up to an extra atlas, and you do. Like you finally find one that is like because as you look at the atlases, you have to kind of go to a certain section, and it's kind of there's enclosed magnifying glass that comes with the road atlas, the little plastic one, and you're able to kind of look and just enlarge the tiniest print to say Vealtown, but there's no other information.
Okay.
And you're right there because it's just barely worthy of being there.
So I picture this as like one of those old school maps where you open it up and it is literally like a parachute in the entire front half of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm like just plattering it down everywhere and just kind of looking over the whole thing as if I have any idea what I'm doing. But I've seen, my parents do this before, so they looked at maps. There's a diner right here, and I just kind of point.
Their finger is bigger than the town.
Not even pointing at the town.
Okay, we'll go there.
Yeah, which works since there really is only one road at this point that you're following.
Straight ahead.
And so you continue towards your destination. It sounds. And
We're gonna stop at a greasy spoon first, though. Apparently,
there is none before town here, but there is one on the outskirts, if you so desire for food. Right, it's sort of interesting. It happens to be about a mile. And then it's like kind of this grass around, maybe looks like it's a type of grass like someone who often grows that is cut down to farm later in the year, and this is probably it reminds you of land that would be put at rest for this year, and then the next year maybe it would be again. And you come on, and it is this. Maybe it's 3 times the size of the RV. This very small metal diner that is off with a little parking area. The RV kind of has to go to the far side to take up 2 spaces that are across from each other. Currently, there is a single bicycle chained up outside and no other cars, but it just seemed to be open. It's about a mile outside, which is sort of interesting because you see there is a singular power line that comes out of the town just to this place.
Does it look like there's any vehicles behind this building?
No, you
Like
look.
employees or anything? So it's just a bicycle.
Bicycle.
Okay. Okay. It looks like we'll have the place to all to ourselves. Excellent. So I'm gonna hop out of this RV and start walking toward the restaurant.
Okay.
You guys go ahead. I'm just gonna switch to a shirt that isn't covered in blood.
That's probably a good idea.
And Eleanor just kind of like takes her shirt, switches out a new one, and then the one that's kind of covered in blood, she kind of just like puts in the sink, turns on the cold water, and like puts some dish soap on it, and like tries to. Yeah, that should do it. That should do it. I've done blood stains before. You got this. Always use the cold water. Don't use the hot. Hot water makes it set in. That's what Mom always said.
All right. Is Lexi doing anything about her blood genes?
I think she's just in that state of Why? That she just doesn't even care. She's got like it sutured up. She's ripped jeans are in.
Okay.
She's not gonna bother changing. She's assuming that once they get to the place they're going, she's probably gonna be bloodier, so it's fine. This is my life. Yeah, sure.
You walk up, and this metal diner is rusted on the outside, and you open it, and it's functional. It is relatively clean in the sense that it probably gets clean not every day, but at enough intervals where you don't see any like pieces of food lying around or anything like that, but that the regular grease and grime of the work of a diner is still building up, so everything has a layer that probably constantly gets bigger and larger of grease and stickiness. Off to the far side, amongst torn vinyl for booths and torn vinyl stools at a bar that is dented in many ways, a soda fountain that looks entirely broken. Looks like originally was there, and next to it a modern one. On the far side, you do see a shoebox. Looks ancient in the fact that it's about 30 years old. And as you look at it, you see, quickly turning the corner, a woman, gray hair, looking like they're maybe in their 60s, with what, if you had to guess, looks like an outfit that maybe she was given when she first worked here. It looks like a classic 50s waitress outfit. It's pink, but it looks like it's not a reproduction. It is faded from being laundered over and over, frayed at all the edges. As she looks at you, clears her throat, wipes something off of her mouth, she gives the shoebox a little kick. Oh, wow, dearies.
Hi.
Hi. Sit anywhere you want.
Sure, you wouldn't happen to have a health code inspection report or anything, right?
Of course, they come on here. It's fine. We want to be opened. If we're open, we've passed it, right? Yeah, you're right. Just go ahead and sit down.
Okay.
Luca will take a seat in the booth.
I think instinctively I take like one of the napkins and like it on the chair for Kelly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I was gonna do that.
With a napkin here. Now, I've set the scene a little bit. Everyone else, kind of tell me something else that's in this diner that your character notices.
I noticed the windows have not been cleaned in a very long time. There's like finger marks all over them. It's like someone has a crayon mark from on the table. The bathroom door, I can tell from here, looks like it's like ajar and it's just like bent that way. So I'm noticing quite a few things.
Mm-hmm.
And no health report either, by the way. Nowhere.
I think that there's like a bulletin board that has like some faded news clippings and a photo of when the diner first opened. And I think maybe we see a younger, this lady who greeted us in the photo
Very cool.
in
And
her brand new uniform.
and on it's cleanly embroidered a name. What is it?
Her name is Esther.
Esther.
I think Lexi notices the bike and is like, "There's no way Esther rode that bike." That's all she's thinking about. Like, there's no way. There's nothing around here for miles.
Kelly looks surprised and says, "Esther's here? What?" She just looks around everywhere. And then realizes and just goes, "Oh, right. Never mind."
Eleanor notices a cat that just wanders in and looks at all of them and then wanders back into the back kitchen area.
That's what we're eating.
Oh, no.
No.
The
I definitely
Alzheimer.
feel judged for sure.
See her come up, skillfully holding both the pen that she's going to write with between her pointer and thumb, as well as the book she's going to write in, being ready to go as she has her cigarette in her other one, holding it. All right, dearest, what do you have? Yeah.
Is there like menus or something? Did we?
Oh.
They're like stuck to the table under a layer of grease.
I think, yeah.
Do you have
She's like,
like-
just a sec, and she pulls like a spatula out. She's like,
Oh, I'm suddenly not hungry at all.
there you go. Sorry about that.
do you have straws that are still in the wrapping?
What do you think this is? And she points
I don't
to she points to the straw container on the table that has a singular straw in it, but you can tell it's like if you take one, the next one will fall out.
I go to pull one out and I notice there's a lipstick stain on it and I just let it go. I'm like, okay.
Go 3 more. Like, she's like, "Ah, there's your 4. Don't waste my straws."
No, definitely don't waste straws. You're good about that.
Lexi leans over the table to Luca and goes, "How many more of those antibiotics do you have? We might need them."
Eleanor's a little worried because she has a strong stomach and she doesn't think she'll survive if she eats something here.
You know what? We were just on our way out. So we don't want to bother you or anything.
You know, yeah.
Order something.
Do you take all currencies?
Do you come in here and waste my time?
No, I don't want to order something and not be able to pay for it. I may not have the right currency for your establishment.
You don't have the coin of the realm. You don't have bills.
No.
What
Nobody
of those
carries paper.
plastic? I'm assuming the rest of you have cash.
They have Russian rubies.
Do you have like an apple pie or cherry pie?
Yeah,
Can I get that in a cup of coffee?
you got it, love. So I got pie, coffee.
Lemonade? Lexi's trying real hard to think of something that won't give her food poisoning.
Water
She's
with
like,
lemon, got it. And, well, water.
Coffee will be fine. Please, thank you.
And you, Miss Fancy.
I will just take a water.
Okay. She turns and goes back to the kitchen area.
Oh my god.
Nobody used the bathroom.
I don't think you can use the bathroom. It looks broken from here.
I think if you go in, you're gonna come out with more.
I think if you go in, you can't leave.
Okay. I'm not gonna drink the water.
Maybe she was the ghost lady.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong.
We should
I don't
ask.
think this diner's been clean since the 50s.
I don't think anybody's
when
been
it
in here since the
opened.
50s. Because I'm gonna go look at the bike.
Okay. Are you gonna try to steal the bike?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Okay. So Kelly leaves the other three and walks outside.
Okay, instead of going to the bike, I want
Oh.
to cross around to the back of the building.
Okay.
See if I
Okay.
see anything back here.
All right.
Would you say it's scary back here?
Let's say, roll sharp to investigate a mystery.
Okay. Oh, sure. I roll a 6.
Okay. Going back, it's high grass here. Has not been mowed, except for there is a patch that looks like there's weeds there. Looks like there's a patch of weeds next to that's shorter than the rest of the grass. Next to that is a patch of dirt that looks like some stone was thrown on it. On top of which is a green, white, and yellow lawn chair, totally frayed. Next to that is kind of a pinned down section of tarp about the same size. It looks like it's there to kill a next section of grass to sit once this gets overgrown. And there are usually nothing of note, but you do see that the back of it is almost wallpapered with weathered, severely weathered, and some decayed and long gone newspaper clippings of just, can't make sense of them. It's not a pattern that you see, but it's a little creepy.
Okay, I'm gonna go pick up these newspaper clippings.
Okay, so this is like a 10 by 40 foot wall of that.
Oh, okay. So
Lot of clippings.
I'm gonna take some.
Okay, so you just got it. Esther will get mad at you.
What?
You turn around and you see a young boy, even despite their gruff voice, fairly good looking, about maybe your age, maybe you're too young, older. It has a kind of has like a very narrow goatee that has been tied into like a braid with some beads on it coming down, as well as the classic mullet at the same time up top, as they're sitting on a log. Looks like it's maybe a year or two old from the weathering on it, and they are. Looks like they're tightening the chain on the bike you saw.
Oh, are these Esther's?
She's the one who put them there.
Oh, sorry. I start putting them back. I heard it was going to rain today, and I saw these out here, and they looked like they might be, vintage, and I didn't want them to get ruined.
Vintage. Yep, this whole place is vintage.
Yeah. For sure. Do you work here?
No. No one works here. Well, me and Esther, but no one else. Just Esther.
Just Esther. And does she get a lot of people come into the diner?
She'll get her Sunday crowd.
Sunday crowd, like a church crowd.
Something like that.
Is there a church around here?
Yeah.
Great. What day is it? Out of character.
We'll say it's Monday.
Oh, great. Because I was hoping so. I went to church yesterday, obviously. God fearing and all that. And I was just really hoping there'd be a church around these parts. When's the next service?
Looks at you. What do you call them? What not abomination. Denomination. What denomination are you?
Oh, well, what denomination's here actually? Because I thought I read that it was I'm just start going to sound things to see what his reaction is, like Protestant.
Nope. If that's the one you're looking for, it's not the one that's here. You might want to
No.
just skip it.
No, I'm not looking for one of those. That's kind of why I was making sure, because
I
those
see.
people. Yeah, I'm looking for the real stuff.
The real stuff.
Yeah, the a drug deal all of a sudden. For the real stuff.
We give a drug deal.
Well, tell you what, Esther doesn't quit for so long. I pick her up on this. I was just taking some time. And I was just relaxing. Why not I take you down to a real church? Get on the
Okay.
back.
On the back.
Yeah, I got two spokes. You just stand on, hold onto my shoulders, and we go.
How good looking is he?
Kind of like Luke Perry.
I get on the bike. Does this
Alright.
count as being kidnapped by a monster?
We'll see. And like, you start to go down. He doesn't take you down the road at all, but takes you off at an angle. Through it's bumpy right, but it's somewhat well worn. You sort of see where this bike has traveled, and it's almost traveling an identical path out to an outcropping of woods. But it looks like there's a path that starts there, as goes. We like to hike to our church.
Yeah, I love hiking.
Good. Meanwhile, back in the diner.
He saw nothing, right?
Right.
Okay, cool.
Oh, well, it's actually a little late. Let's go ahead and take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
And we'll come back, because I think we all need it after that one. So, as Eleanor, Eleanor, Lexi, Luca, as you enjoy your orders brought out, along with the water for Kelly, and she leaves, just sets it down, and as you, the pie, you see is very well formed. It is apple, and there's even a sprinkling of what looks like cinnamon on top. It puts her out. Ding, ding.
Yep, Luca will eat it. Start.
2 cups of coffee.
Eleanor's going to sip at it.
It is good coffee.
She's still suspicious. Eleanor's grown up with her mother's stories. She knows how some things can be deceiving.
Lexi's like using the water to clean the blood off her shirt. And it's like,
Do you think Kelly really didn't believe all the stuff that happened back there?
I'm not sure Kelly's very bright.
Well, I mean,
Dude, you threw salt at someone and they disappeared. I think that might be a little more than she can handle right now.
yeah. But I mean, she could be in denial, I suppose.
Yes, it was very strange. Drinks a little bit more coffee.
So, pretty good.
Speaking of, has she been gone for a while?
Did she get lost?
The bike was right out front. I don't.
She thought
About,
washing her mouth out with mouthwash would get rid of a contact high.
About 10-15 minutes as you're going, and Esther comes back.
Yeah, she got lost.
Puts a actually rather new receipt paper, brand spanking fresh, with a very greasy pen, and just kind of saying,
Hey, Esther, did you
"That'd
see
be $5 total."
Esther, did you see Miss Fancy anywhere?
Well, I wanted back to take a smoke, and saw my bike was gone.
God damn it, I told her not to steal it.
Oh no, I don't think she's the one who did the stealing. Oh, James. He's the one who usually comes and hop drops me off with his bike. And looks like maybe, I don't know, maybe Kelly was giving a ride or she's giving one.
Really hoping old James is a nickname and not a sugar daddy.
Oh, no. It's fine. He's a young and maybe a little older than 2 of you, but nothing like that.
Okay.
Luca will pay the bill and give a decent tip, considering a couple of us only ordered water. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Esther. The pie is really good. And the coffee.
Good. Anytime.
Does James usually bring his guests back here, or should we go find them?
I really don't know. To be honest with you, I don't. He doesn't usually take people from here. He's usually come here with others on Sundays, of course. So, I don't know.
Any idea where old James lives?
Well, he lives in my basement, but he wasn't going towards town.
Where was he going?
He's going off into the woods. I hear there's some of those, what you call them?
Not
Could
gonna
say-
lie, would not
James-
expect that from her.
James calls it his youth group. That he goes to often there. Some of the other young ones go.
To the woods then. Hey, remember when we said she might join a cult?
Luca
Okay.
finishes shoving the last of the pie in his mouth. It's like, we should probably go find her. She doesn't do well in the woods.
Not in those heels.
No. I told her to wear different shoes.
All right. Everyone roll sharp. Not Kelly, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
7.
Where am I at? Where's my other page? Not, that's a 6.
13 total.
9.
Okay.
I'm just fixated on the fact that I didn't think Kelly would do anything in the woods. Sorry.
All right. As you kind of get up to leave, and there's pictures on the walls, and actually, let's say this. There's these pictures on the walls, and as you just kind of take a quick jaunt around, see the newspaper wall out back. On a 9, Eleanor, you can do any question from Investigative Mystery. And of course, Luca, you can do any 2, or you can give me any question at all. And you tell me, what I will need you to do is tell me what you're looking at, whether the inside area or the outside, and then ask the question.
So, thinking I'm looking outside, and you said we see that wall of newspaper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that have, do I get the sense that that has something to do with what happened to us on the bridge?
Yes, there's something here. It's very general. If you want to get something specific, I'll let you, because I feel like that was a big general one. I feel like that's not 12
Sorry,
worthy.
this is different. Like, don't ask a DM a direct question isn't what you normally like. I'm not going to tell you a direct answer, but this is like a sort of weird situation where it's like, yes, you can ask direct questions.
Yeah, this is different. Yeah.
Do I think that Esther is involved in what's going on?
Whatever's going on is going on around Esther, but it's not happening to Esther.
Okay.
She's not involved, but she might be placated in some way. Maybe even a victim, you're not sure.
Okay.
For my question, I would suppose it would be like maybe something out of like the newspaper clippings or something, and I would be wondering like what happened here, like what happened in this area, like.
Sure. Look at the newspaper clippings. And I say between all your questions here, actually, you get the feeling this is definitely put up by Esther. And there's a sense where it almost looks like a mind map. It's very strange that things are linked not by dates, and you can tell by like how weathered or unweathered different pieces are, but having some weird rhyme that maybe she would only understand. But with what's going on around here, I'll draw you back. There's another more weathered photo back here. Newspaper clipping. And it's almost out of place. It's cut wrong. It doesn't match to anyone around it. And as you take it, you pull it off, and it kind of strikes you because there's a much less weathered underneath it, as though this was like a protective layer. And you even feel it. And your heart kind of even gets worried for Kelly because it just feels like it's been coated with hairspray. And then as you look at what's underneath it, it's a large picture. It shows the entire diner on the opening, and there's a newspaper saying diner comes to Vealtown. And there's a bunch of people around there. And you see delivering... you see the photo of Esther, and she's standing on bike spokes on a bike, a period bike, and there's another waiter in front of her, and they have a name tag that says James.
Does he look handsome?
Looks a little like Luke Perry.
Well.
Mystery solved.
Right?
Apparently, all immortals look kind of like Luke Perry.
Well, that's why people wander off, I guess.
Just to be clear, is it only Eleanor who sees that article?
So draw your attention to it, but to be clear, yeah, this is you see young Esther with this in this photo.
Can I use my fortunes ability? And I would like to look at what the future holds. I roll plus weird, and on a 10 plus, I get to hold 3.
Okay.
$13.
13. Describe what's it look like for you to tell the fortunes, because I feel like this is pretty intense.
So
Check.
I think it's a little different. So he sees the article that Eleanor is sort of looking at, and then he pulls a deck of what looks like plain playing cards, just a deck of cards. Then he'll close his eyes and he'll start shuffling, and then like sort of flipping. He'll create like 4 different piles, and then he'll flip over the first 3 cards, and sort of. It's more the act of doing the thing that creates a scene in his mind as he flips the card of what potentially could be coming.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I gotcha. Just kind of focuses them.
Yeah, and so it says, with that, I can use the holds to have a useful object ready, be somewhere I am needed just in time, take a +1 forward or give a +1 forward, or retroactively warn someone about an attack so that it doesn't happen.
What would you like to do? Oh, it describes. Yeah, so you spend it. So how do you want to spend it? So you got 12, so 10. You have 3.
Yeah, so I have 3 that I can carry on and use when I. But for right now, I think I sort of like that. I feel like I am really convinced that Kelly is in danger. So maybe we cut to a scene where we arrive just in time if she is.
Okay.
I think seeing that picture after he does that reading with a card, he just like rushes out of the diner and starts running towards wherever, like he feels which is the right direction.
Absolutely. So with that, let's cut to Kelly. And we see so I feel like this like I think Luca drops their cards and everyone goes off running.
Yeah,
Can
I
I
assume if
grab
he
my
started
bag
running, everybody.
from the RV?
Yes. I would say you probably see the cards and they're just something like Luca's kept a lot on them, the salt, this, and I think you just
Yeah, I
instinctively
just go get my bag instantaneous. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that is definitely anything that Eleanor wants to customize in this scene.
I think I'll probably go with Lexi, and then you just see kind of Eleanor goes over to her bag, and she pulls out a 9mm handgun, and kind of just like flips it around.
Perfect, because I just pulled out a shot-up shotgun.
But the safety's on, so it's like she's flipping it around, being all weird with it, and hands it but to Lexi and be like, "On to this, okay? Just
Okay.
Don't
put it in a
lose it.
holster. Put the other one on my back.
all right." And we head out.
Yeah, and as part of this montage is Kelly will take out her scrunchie, reposition her hair, put it back in.
You need your hair out of your face in case you're gonna make out with a cute boy.
Alright. So, and we cut to 2 inline tires stopping outside of a large, at least for the time, would have been large. It could have fit 40 people. Steepled church. Paint stripped away. Just more bare wood weathered than not. And there's a assortment of skateboards, roller skates, and bikes here. It's interesting. Some are modern, but others old, cracked leather. And come on, Kelly.
Oh, you want to roller skate?
I just want to show you inside.
Oh, okay. It's a huge church. It's like a mega church.
It's quiet. I'll show you on in. It's a little different, but you know, you could always. We'd like to always say we're willing to welcome other members of the family, so to speak. Come on in.
Oh, are you about to introduce me to your family? That's a little...
Not in that sense. Just, I don't know how well you know your friends, but sometimes when you have friends for a long time, it's like you have family. That's all.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And you walk on in, and the steps creak. And the pews here are maintained and polished. Worn, there's indentations in the on the top of them where people sit all the time, almost making little seats as though and it's so precise, almost like the same person has sat there for years. And they're not in rows, but on the walls of this room, all looking inward. And there's there's little ramps going up to, instead of stairs rather, going up to where a choir would overlook. And that too has been maintained. You see some couches up there, and there's various looking like teenagers or a little between maybe 17 and 20, possibly. Maybe a younger one here or there.
Well, even the new kids have a young member, so nothing new.
That's right. The new kids.
Yeah, you listen to the new kids?
Sure.
Who's your favorite?
The one with the hair. You know the hair thing?
Kelly's very suspicious now. Oh, you mean the one with the long rat tail?
I can't remember the last time I saw a poster. I listen more than I look at it.
Oh,
I don't have a poster on my bedroom wall.
That is so spiritual.
I mean, it goes anyway. You look around this, it kind of brings you. You see at the center of the room here, there is a coffin that sits upright, and around it is what looks like a wooden guardrails. And coming off of it, not really off of it, but off of the floor below it, are chains that go around a circular pulley system. And the chain goes down. It looks like one would crank it, as though it doesn't look like it's made to be raised so much as lowered.
Is this a funeral?
No. We're not fancy, unfortunately. I look at you, and maybe I should have brought you here. I'm kind of embarrassed, Kelly. You're
Oh,
so
no.
much fancier than me. It's some churches keep things they think are important. What's that word? Sacred, maybe. And locked away, and this is all we could afford. It's not. I promise you, it's not used or anything creepy like that. It's just salesmen can't sell the ones that you look at when they show you. If you were shopping for someone, and they couldn't do anything with it, and so they gave it to our youth group.
Oh, that makes sense. So, who are these people?
Oh. And when this one girl calls down, and she looks to be actually about 12, and she's wearing skin-tight jeans, a black tank top that's cut off at an angle from her left, just above her left rib cage down, making sure it reveals the belly button and it hits her hip. She goes, "Old friends of each other. We've all grown up here."
That's cool. So, what do you all do for fun?
skate, we like to ride. And James says, and honestly, Kelly, sometimes we even just are nice. I make sure Esther gets to work, and we take care of things, take care of the town, and take care of each other.
Do you want to race? Roller skates?
The one that was telling you, hear that, everyone? She wants to race. Let's race.
All right.
She wants to race, James. Yeah. Yeah. And go out, and there is a brand spanking new pair of roller skates that's brought to you. Do you customize it when it's brought to you?
Let's see, what do I have on me? Yeah, I know this old trick that my dad taught me to kind of tweak the wheels to make them go a little bit faster.
Okay. Everyone gets out here. They grab roller skates. They grab their skateboards, bicycles. Some have large wheels, the old style bikes. And you actually do see kind of a path around. It has roots and all types of hazards. You go, let's go then, Kelly.
Okay. All right, so how many paths are there away from here?
So where they're pointing you, there's a singular path. The other way here would be from the woods and basically out to the grass that you came from.
All right, is that where the road is?
The road is by the diner. You've ridden about half
Oh.
an hour where there has not been a road.
Okay, yeah.
Because we kind of did the
Gotcha,
cut. So.
gotcha, no problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to position myself to make it look like I'm going to race with them, but I'm actually going to dart across the grass because these are clearly some type of vampire undead things if they don't know who Jordan Knight is. So I am going to be racing the opposite way.
Okay. I think this is act under pressure.
Okay. Act under pressure. Let's see what it says. Okay, that's my cool. Oh boy. Do I get any bonus from my tweaked roller skate? Or no? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's
You know what you do? This is a TV show. +1. +1 to your two.
Okay,
plus-
fair
plus
enough.
one.
I get an 8.
An 8. Okay. Absolutely. You okay. You go to run, and the way that this was set up, you can't run to the grass the exact same path you took. You have to go at an angle to get to that path.
Okay.
As you do, you step down and you feel metal bend, and you see that you've stepped in between and broken a spoke of an old bicycle wheel tire. And you go down, and your forward momentum carries you through, and your ankle twists the other direction entirely as you fall and land, and the handlebar, the rubber far run away, and the metal rusted and naturally sharpened comes to your shoulder.
Oh
Ow.
Oh, look at her. And they gather around, and you blink, and things go black as you just feel yourself being lifted up. Now, by the time you all arrive, the sun has moved in such a position that it's pretty dark here. You find this old church, and while you see these things of youth around it, you wonder if it's a hangout, maybe it's a gang of some type, though your stuff seems to know different. How would you approach cautiously? And that's when you hear the sound of an organ. Come.
Anyone got a lighter?
No, actually, I do not.
Luca?
Puts his hand in his pocket, pulls out his dad's lighter.
Cool. I'm gonna rip my shirt, stick it in a bottle of alcohol, light me up.
He does.
Let's go.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm Molotov cockpit. What?
Okay. You know what? Give me cool. This is act under pressure.
Sure. That's a 7.
Okay.
I'm barely making these guys.
Okay.
7 is it happens, right? Or
No.
No.
What do I need to make it happen?
You need a 10.
Oh. I'll lose it. I'll use the luck. I'll do it. I don't trust this.
Okay.
One bit.
I think luck makes it 12, right?
Yep, it's 12.
Okay. You may choose to either do what you wanted and something extra, or do what you wanted to absolute perfection.
Okay, one thing though with Crooked, if whenever I spend a luck point, someone from my past will reappear in my life soon.
Okay.
I'm
Noted.
letting you know that. I think I want it to make people exit the building. I think so. Can I do light it on fire and have people panic, or what would the extra?
So do what you want to get it on fire. You're going to throw it essentially,
Yeah.
and you're going to make it so that everyone has to come out
Yeah.
versus getting stuck in.
Yeah.
So what happens is you light it, and it flames, and you look and you see through the upper steeple window, you see perfect, it's open, and you
Right on in there.
and we cut to inside, and James is you kind of come to you blink, and James is holding your hand, and it feels like wheeled towards the center coffin.
I'm real claustrophobic.
Oh, don't you worry, Keller. We're not putting you in there.
Can I use the bathroom first? You know.
I'm afraid not. There's timing to all this.
Right?
And you move, you realize that you are tied down.
Oh, of course. I want. Can I find something important?
Yeah.
What I'm going to do, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to. I was trying to think of what I had on me, and I have. Was I able to take anything from the roller skate when I unloosened it? Like anything possibly sharp?
I will give you a retroactive act under pressure.
Okay, fair enough. Come on. Oh, that's not going to do it. That's a 6.
Okay.
No, I forgot to get that. Okay. So I'm going to see how loose. Like, are either side on my hands loose at all? Or are they?
They're tight.
Okay.
And I would say you're being brought closer, and they kind of stand you up. You realize you're like on this board. And now, attention, everyone, and the organ music comes to a stop. Years ago, we found Mother. Years ago, she took us in to always be her children. And occasionally had to take some of us to be her true children, as Angel here was due to be soon. But Providence has provided us a new one. A new one to be a baby to her. And they open up this coffin. And you see the woman from the van. And
Manipulate someone? Can I manipulate someone?
I think, based on some other things, how this is going to go. You know what? I'll give you. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to try to do?
I'm going to try. Okay, I'm getting my assessing of the situation, and I'm going to say, Mother, it's so good to see you, but I can't hug you because I'm restrained. Why are they restraining me from hugging my mother? I just want to hug my mother.
Okay. This is manipulate someone. Roll plus charm.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's a 9.
On a 9. Okay. Okay.
Don't get teeth
Okay.
in your leg. It hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. They bring you a wooden cup that has scrawlings of letters, all types, in almost nonsensical patterns. They curve around. They look mad. And in it is a thick red liquid. You smell the same smell that filled the van, the smell of blood. They say, take a sip before you hug her then.
Okay. I'm going to do my best to pretend to take a sip. I'm going to allow them to, cup it around me, but I'm going to keep my lip closed while pretending to drink it.
Please don't fail this.
Okay. Act under pressure, plus cool.
Okay. All right.
I just realized I set the building on fire and Jackie's tied up inside of it.
Yeah. Come on. Seriously?
There's luck.
Why? I do have a luck, but I can't use it now, can I? I already rolled, so it is a.
I thought you could use it after you roll.
Can you?
I think so.
So
I just did, so I would
Yeah,
assume.
but I believe you can use it after you roll if you really want to.
I feel like I'm gonna die if I don't.
That was kind of like with the cocktail. I was like, what if I hit?
I mean, what I'll tell you, just so because Luca's ability of "will save you just in time" is still active.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep the roll. My roll is a 6.
Okay,
And
so you
it's
fail.
bad. I fail.
Yeah, you and they. So here they just go. That's what I thought, and they bring you, and her eyes open, and she smiles, 2 teeth missing.
I know where your teeth. I know where your teeth are.
Come, child. As a glass bottle smashes her face, flames go up, and I'm going to count that as a little bit of harm here, and you're dropped, and you fall down. You're on this wood platform, tied like basically on your back. This flaming creature and coffin in front of you. The rest scream. They go to run out, and I'll say through the windows jump Eleanor, Lexi, and look. Others say that. Who wants to? You can be all 3 of you. Let me say this. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. All 3 of you can be anywhere you want right now. Because you planned and you were following Luca. Where do you want to be at this moment?
We'll
Anywhere.
follow your lead, Loka. Minus me setting a building on fire. Your lead.
yeah,
You
so
want to go through windows, through doors?
once she launched it, I would have moved the group off towards a window and kind of tried to make our way in, like you were saying, like through the window, sort of because it's sort of like opposite direction. That obviously I guess that doesn't work, but yeah, through the window.
I'm going to smash the window with a baseball bat, though, so nobody gets any harm going through it. So I'll be the last one through.
Absolutely.
Like, I'll smash, and you guys go through, and I'll follow.
Okay.
That way no one gets additional harm.
There we go. So, bust through. You see Kelly there. Everybody's running. This thing's burning, and you see that woman form.
Peace out.
Get the teeth up. What's everyone doing?
So Luca wants to go ahead and use magic to try and magically pull the board that Kelly is on to us.
Absolutely. Oops, sorry about that.
The radio station jumped again.
And I'm going to use one of the holds to give myself a +1 on that.
Okay.
That's 14.
Does that count as a protect someone? I know it's a base action, but it's meant to keep someone from getting harm.
Yes, for your purposes.
Because that would give you a plus. That would give you an XP for saving me like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. This would count as the XP for saving the mundane. So, at a 14, okay. So you pull, you pull her forward, and I'll say that as you do this, you can position this so that Kelly knocks into this woman and pushes her back into the coffin, or you can make her go the other direction and knock into the coffin so that it kind of falls onto her, kind of making a tent over her but putting her down on the ground. What do you want to do?
The first option.
Okay, so Kelly on this, almost like on this cross thing, gets pulled, spun around, and knocks this woman into the door shuts. Though you feel like she can push out of it in a moment, but for now, then Kelly's pulled towards you. At your feet, straying down.
So if I can, I'd like to use one of my other abilities called that old black magic to investigate a mystery.
Okay.
I can use and ask a question from investigate a mystery, and
I feel like it's up to you, but I feel like I want to give the other two a chance.
Okay, no, that's fine.
In this moment, before you use a second thing.
Yep.
So Eleanor would probably go to untie Kelly.
Okay, act under pressure. Well, cool.
That's my thing. It's +1. Ooh, that's good. That's 11, 12.
Okay. All right. Do you want to? You can do this to absolute perfection, or get an added benefit.
To absolute perfection, I just want to rip the rope apart with my bare hands.
Okay, absolutely. In a moment, just ropes, and see Eleanor standing over you, ripping this rope off, and you're freed as they pull your shirt and. I say with perfection, they pull you so that your shirt doesn't tug, doesn't strain, your hair is perfect, and your movie makeup is unmessed up.
And the sunlight just comes out.
Beautiful. No, it's the red light coming from the flames, just perfect
Yeah.
right angle.
All right, Lex, you want to do something?
Oh, I'm gonna go shank her with her own teeth.
She's in the coffin now.
Exactly. I'm just gonna wait for her to come out and shake her.
Okay, so you get behind. So you're kind of waiting to kick some ass. All right.
He said I could. Luca said I can shake her with her own teeth.
Okay. So in that case, yeah, kick some ass. Roll kick some ass.
Wait, I gotta find what I do with my dice. Oh, they're there.
Let's give for what Luca did. Let's give this a +2.
Plus my
since
normal?
Yeah, plus your normal, since Luca kind of used their extra to do this.
12.
12. Damn. All right.
That was a +4.
Okay. So you get to pick
I have
an
no idea
enhanced
what
effect.
damage her own teeth will do to her, but
Yeah, I'll do something. So you get to pick an enhanced effect. Completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved in the fight get +1 forward. You suffer no harm. Your attack inflicts double the harm, or your attack drives the enemy away in a rout.
I think I want to double the harm because I am still pissed about the leg.
Okay, you've got it. All
You
right.
don't mess with the driver when they're driving. Rude. First rule of car safety.
So you stick these two teeth into. So she comes out, and you're on the side that she's not. That the door does not open out to, and the lack of oxygen has snuffed the flames at this point. And she comes out, and you just stick in her leg, or do you want to do leg and ear?
Leg and ear.
Like an ear.
Let's be poetic here.
Into her. This. No, this will be 6 harm. And she screams in pain, and the teeth like they stick in, and then they get pulled into her body.
Yeah, I'm sure she grew
She
back.
turns, and they come out that, and then
She's gonna
like
kill me.
she reflexively she slashes at you with her nails coming across your face.
Cool.
For 2 harm.
That's cool.
I mean, so digging deep as she takes flesh and pieces of your lip off.
I'm unstable.
And she, like, it looks like something's forcing her down. Like, almost like there's chains pulling at her invisibly. As she is one knee bends down and touches the floor, and her head is forced down like she's genuflecting to you. As she goes, no, no.
Luca, she's bowing to me. What do I do?
Hey, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but can I retroactively warn someone about an attack so it doesn't happen? To prevent Lexi from taking that damage? As using my last hold?
I'll say yeah for now. I want to look at that because I don't know if that works with the kick smash rules. But I'll say for now, let's go ahead and do that.
Oh, okay.
So take away 2?
Yeah, take away 2. I'm good for now. Then we'll look that up because I'm not.
Okay.
I want to keep us rolling, and so she's there struggling.
100% I did yell that out, though. Like, what do I do? She's bowing to me.
All right, then we have. I mean, Kelly, Luca.
Kelly.
What do you guys want to do? Yeah, Kelly actually. Yeah.
Kelly would be freaking out. She's just hiding somewhere. She's completely useless in this fight. So, but she'll provide help if someone needs it. Like if someone says, "Hey, Kelly, go do this," she'll go do that to give a help action.
Okay.
So Luca will do what I was going to do. Since I successfully used magic, I can investigate a mystery. I get to
Right.
ask questions. So I'm going to ask, what is the creature? What sort of creature is it, I guess, is the way to question.
This seems like some amalgamation where something almost fey in origin has merged with the human. Like as though a ritual bound two beings together. And what I'm going to give you with this is that something with Fae, they have to pay back favors, like returning something that has been lost.
Oh, okay. You gave her back her teeth. She owes you. Even
Okay.
they can be trapped by their own tricks.
Okay.
Well, part pay anyway.
What about roller skates? I think I might have taken her roller skates.
So Lexi, what do you request of this creature?
Die and take your followers with you.
And there is a crack of sound that the floor cracks, and it's in a way that all of you are actually dumped out of this church through the window you came in, as it goes in this harsh angle, and you see vines and branches reaching out through the forest, grabbing these teens, just throwing them.
Bye, Luke Perry.
And you see within the cracked now front wall of the church, this pit has been uncovered that somehow glows red and black at the same time. And these vines throwing them one by one down. And finally lowers her head, looks. No, you bitch.
Rude.
And Lexi, you feel something in your hand.
It's a tooth. I'm good. What is it?
It's a rusty locket, but as you look at it, on the inside it has similar symbols as to what you found in the van.
Okay. Okay. Remember when our parents told us sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt us? They lied.
So, I feel like we go through time in just a second, and we'll decide what happens in this aftermath during the last time on this episode as we do for next week. However, you play with the locket the same way you played with some of the other items.
You
And
mean we give it
find-
to Luca to put into his van?
Yes.
Okay.
And you find a second tape that pops up. And as you decide to play it, music comes out first. Well, congratulations on your first accomplishment. Now, whether a failure or a success, mixed or unqualified, the point is you didn't turn away. Like a group has any sense at all within their brains, I guess. If you haven't already guessed, this admittance process is quite trying. I do warn you, quitting at this point is likely to cause quite a life of nightmares. While if you choose to continue, you'll likely have more restful nights than not, if only by a few. At any rate, it's time to introduce you to a rule of the road. All those who do no harm in your sight are to be protected. Now, You obviously have a good amount of self-startedness, so please proceed to the nearest Alice's one-stop road slop and order the liverwurst with onions. Each one of you. That's important. And, above all things, obey the rules of the road. They're the one thing besides each other you truly trust.
I play it again.
Well, congratulations on your first accomplishment. Now, whether a failure or a success, mixed or unqualified, the point is you didn't turn away. Like a group has any sense at all within their brains, I guess. If you haven't already guessed, this admittance process is quite trying. I do warn you, quitting at this point is likely to cause quite a life of nightmares. While if you choose to continue, you'll likely have more restful nights than not, if only by a few. At any rate, it's time to introduce you to a rule of the road. All those who do no harm in your sight are to be protected. Now, you obviously have a good amount of self-startedness, so please proceed to the nearest Alice's one-stop road slop and order the liverwurst with onions. Each one of you. That's important. And, above all things, obey the rules of the road. They're the one thing besides each other you truly trust. And with that, the screen turns black. And continued next week comes on. So, any of you who watch this Insanity, thank you so much. We will be back in roughly 20 minutes playing some Dungeons and Dragons. But until then, see you next week, and we hope you join on our terror of insanity, horror, and teenage angst next week.